Hi, everybody. Okay, so today I just want to talk about the essential oils industry specifically, because there's a lot of confusion about essential oils and what's real and what isn't. So I'm just going to try and help you distinguish fact from fiction. So there are a lot of industries that are regulated. They have government regulations, and people have to comply by those regulations. For example, the building industry, you can't just buy a block of land and build a house on it. You have to actually have permission. You have to have planning permission and then building permission, and you have to have, skilled people to actually do the building and all that kind of stuff. So that's one industry that's highly regulated. Another industry is the food industry. So, for example, well, it is a regulated industry. Some people would say that it's probably not regulated enough, particularly about what's written on the labels of the food that you buy. But anyway, that's another industry that's highly regulated. And the dairy industry and, let's say, small goods and all that stuff, that comes under the category of the food industry. So when you're talking about essential oils, you want to know, how are they actually regulated and monitored? How do you know that you're actually getting what you pay for? And unfortunately, essential oils come under the category of the fragrance industry. And the fragrance industry is virtually not regulated. There is no regulatory definition for essential oils. So this is what I'm getting information from the FDA website, the Food and Drug Administration, which is the American Food and Drug Administration in the United States. So people commonly use the term to refer to certain oils that come from plants. So the law treats ingredients from plants the same as those from any other source. The law does not require FDA approval before they go on the market. So I find that quite interesting. And the term fragrance comes from a complex cocktail of natural essences and synthetic chemicals from that industry's 3,100 stock chemical ingredients. So these blends are almost always kept a secret. So you don't have to write what's in the bottle. You can say whatever you want, basically. If you're in the essential oils business and you want to make claims about it, you can virtually say whatever you want, and it doesn't have to be true. It also says the law is not allowed to be used to force a company to tell their trade secrets. So you could say, well, it's a trade secret. We can't reveal what's actually in it. So fragrance, of its 3,100 chemical ingredients, is exempt from being included on labels. So if you see the word fragrance, it could mean up to 3,100 chemical, and some are very highly toxic ingredients, and it doesn't have to be revealed. So anything that contains the term fragrance, you'll never know what it is, so there's no way of tracing it. So what does that mean for people who want to buy genuine, authentic essential oils and not a cocktail of toxic chemicals? First of all, it means that many essential oils companies can say whatever they want, even if it isn't true, because it's legal to do that. The label can say that it's pure, that it's organic, that it's therapeutic grade, and a whole bunch of catchwords, and they can get away with it purely because it's legal. So there's definitely something wrong with that industry and the rules there and the regulations. So most essential oil companies buy their essential oils from brokers, usually termed ethically sourced. But how can you find out if that's even true? Can you trace where it came from? Usually not. Unfortunately, the essential oils industry has become less than authentic over the years because there's plenty of profit to be made. So where does that leave us? You really have to do your own research and investigation. So here is my recommendation to you. There are 4 points. Number 1, know your grower. So where are the farms that grow the plants that produce the oils? How do they treat the soil that grows the plants? How are the growers treated and paid? Because sometimes we have to go overseas to locate certain plants that have amazing properties, and whether the company is actually exploiting labor in third world countries, or how are the laborers actually treated. That's a really important issue, and that will actually affect the price of that you're paying for your oils. If growers are treated fairly, they will be getting a fair wage, which means that that cost is added on to what we pay for our oils. So you know that they're ethically treated. And what impact is their growing system on the environment? So you have to be really aware of environmentally, how is that impacting on our planet? Okay, number 2, know your distiller. So who's distilling it? How do they distill the plant material? How is the plant material prepared in advance of distillation? How long do they distill the plant material for? Do they add extraction chemicals such as hexane to to speed up the process and get more oil out? So that happens with a lot of essential oils industries. They may say that it's grown completely chemical free, but once you put hexane in the distiller to get more oil out of the plant material, you'll never get rid of that hexane, and that's a highly toxic ingredient, and that ends up in your essential oil. Is the temperature continuously monitored? So sometimes you have to actually increase the temperature and decrease the temperature throughout the whole distillation process to get all of the powerful constituents out of the oil. So you want to know all these things to find out if your oils are really the high quality oils that you're hoping and that you're paying for. Know your packager. That's number 3. Know your packager. How do they bottle and label the oils? Do they use environmentally friendly packaging? Do they use amber glass and silicone, or do they bottle them in plastic bottles? All of these things are so important if you want to have high quality oils. Another one is to know your distributor. Do you actually know the person that you purchased your oils from? Because that's also very important, because a lot of these industries are actually people-based. You know, if you don't like the person that's selling you the oils, you should be buying it from someone else. So that's basically all I have to say to you about the essential oils industry. So beware, beware. It's really important to know these things and make sure that you do your research. Thank you very much for listening.